Hi Sunbeam, welcome to Happy Connections. And my name is Kayla, and today we're going to talk about why you can only really follow your own path. And so I'm super excited to actually be on YouTube for the first time, considering that I've done a lot of these lives on my Instagram, which you can follow at happy_connection, so it's the same name. So feel free to follow me there as well. But I think something that's been on my mind and on my heart, and definitely something I've grappled with, is how no matter how much you try to resist, it's very hard to follow a path that is not truly yours. And so I'm not sure who else is feeling that as well, but it's something that within the past year especially has been so very clear to me. I am a creative person. I love asking questions. I'm curious. I always want to understand why the world works the way that it does. And it's the whole reason I've dedicated so much of my time to journaling, to self-introspection, to doing the things that make me feel good, like dancing and moving and singing, albeit pretty horribly. However, at the core of it, I like to live my life by way of what brings me joy. And at first I used to joke with some of my friends about how I don't do anything I don't want to. And of course, there's homework and people have obligations and responsibilities in life, like jobs and bills. However, I always felt that if something never really stuck with me, if I didn't feel any drive toward it, it was just never gonna happen for me. And don't get me wrong, for a very long period in my time, and I've discussed this in some of my videos on Instagram, where I had followed a path that I won't say it was wrong, but was not really the best fit for me if I continued long term. Keyword here is long term. I think I needed to learn whatever it was that I needed to at the moment, and the variety of the things I've been involved with, whether that was sports, whether that was academics, or whether that was a career engagement. However, I soon realized that once time came, the end came, I was overstaying my welcome, right? So what happens when you overstay your welcome? Things can get uncomfortable fairly quickly. At first, it seems like, like someone in the office, for example, is annoying you, or there seems to be some mishaps. And you're like, okay, well, everyone deals with mishaps. There's like small challenges that everyone deals with. So you kind of overlook it, or at least I overlooked it. And then boom, little by little, it's no longer one-off things, but it becomes tense relationships with your coworkers or peers. It starts to become top down from supervisors and managers, maybe even from mentors. And so your foundation starts to shake a little bit. And then there's this small and creeping feeling of discomfort. Like maybe you might think, I hate this place, or they're just getting really annoying. And it might cross your mind a few times, but still you persist. You're like, I worked hard. You've had a plan. If you had a plan, or at the very least, it felt like this is the way it should go for that moment. But when you overstay your welcome and you're no longer on your path, right? There's multiple directions for our life. And you almost trap yourself into that reality, or into that idea of what your life should look like. It becomes painful. Very, very, very painful. And the more you try to resist, the harder it is going to get. And so what starts off as minor annoyances can become life-threatening illnesses, or really bad experiences, or God forbid, like accidents, or just things that really show you that it's not going to work out. And some people who don't believe in whatever it is you may believe in, there comes the time where, you know, you're looking outside for why your life may be the way it is. You're like, oh, well, it's them. They're making my life worse, or they're just setting me up for failure because of XYZ. And that very well may be true. That may be true. That might exactly be the case. But I think even in those moments, there's something to find about why you're being redirected. Oh, I felt that one. And I literally have on my wall over there, pain into purpose and bless the thing that broke you for that precise reason. You may not need to be in the space you are in right now. All right, if this is for you, this is for you. You've came here for a reason. That's what I believe. I don't believe in coincidences. But if that's the case, this is your sign to get up and go. And this is my sign to listen to what I just said. You're preventing yourself from being all of the things that you can be, right? By staying, you are creating more harm for yourself and for others. Trust me, you're better off. Now, when it comes to practicality or what, I'm not saying make drastic life changes. I mean, maybe that's what you need to do. Only you'll know. You'll know. However, I just offer up the question as to what it is that you really want. Because if these kind of things are happening, it's probably pretty likely that you know you don't want the life that you're currently living. Whether you want to admit that or not. Whether it takes a paper cut or a hospital visit to understand somewhere inside of you, you already know that your path has extended beyond the place you're staying at. So don't sit there and hope that this place you're at morphs to fit you. You've already outgrown the lesson there. It's time to move on. Your path is forward, so I would get going. All right? Until next time, need a little pep or encouragement, I'm always here. Subscribe if you liked what I said. And feel free to follow my IG channel. Thanks, guys.